Hey folks, welcome to our next exit. We're going to go over our monthly expenses for the month of October 2019. And it seems like this may be getting old, but if you're here watching, I guess you're interested, so let's start going over it. First thing I need to do is explain our lifestyle. We're retired, we're in our early 70s, Pearl and I are retired, and we travel around the country in our Class A Monaco Camelot RV. It's 42-foot long coach and we just love it. We have no debt. The only things we own are our motorhome and our car, and we sold our house, so we have no mortgage payment. We didn't downsize and get rid of everything. We put it all in storage units, and that cost us about $3,500 a year, and none of that is in here. We have no debt, so there's no debt payments in here. But this is all the money we spend every month, with the exception of our storage unit, any money that we contribute to charity or gifts to our family or friends or to each other. And I think that pretty much covers our lifestyle. We purchased a 1,000 Trails membership. It cost us $4,000. We purchased that in 2017. And I'll put a link up here to a video explaining 1,000 Trails. But in a nutshell, you purchase a membership and then you camp for free. We can stay up to 21 nights in any of the 81,000 Trails campgrounds. And then we can leave on a Monday morning, and then Monday afternoon go right into another 1,000 Trails campground and stay up to 21 days again. So theoretically you could stay all year long and never spend a penny on campground fees other than your annual memberships. 1,000 Trails are located all around the country, mostly on the coast, and there's a couple down in Florida, but not much in the heartland in the middle of the country. Trails collection is something you can add on to your 1,000 Trails, and that, I forgot how many parks, but it's well over 100, I think closer to 200, but I'm not sure. But here they are, and they're scattered around a little bit more, so there's some Trails collections you can get where you might not have 1,000 Trails available. And then we have a third campground membership. It's called Resort Parks International, and they're more dispersed over the country. Those cost $10 a night. 1,000 Trails and Trails collections are pretty much free with a few exceptions. RPI, Resort Parks International, is $10 a night. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. You can learn more by looking at the video up there. So on the spreadsheet, let's go over the basics of this. This column here is the month of October, and then this here's the last 12 months. And the spreadsheet goes back all the way since we started of June in 2017. So this here's October for each of the line items that we've got. And then this here is the total for the last 12 months for each line item in this column. And then this column here is that total That's these totals divided by 12 for the last 12 months. And then this column here is the total for the last 29 months. We've been doing this since June of 2017. That's 29 months. So it's the total of those 29 months for each line item. And it goes, especially goes way on off there, divided by 29. Since we've been living the full-time RV lifestyle, our average monthly expense for each of the line items. We have another peculiarity. This row here is our diesel fuel cost, the average cost per night for our diesel fuel, all along this row. And then right below it is our average cost per night for campgrounds for the whole 12 months here, and then for the 29 months here. We like to keep that average campground cost per night down below $10, and then our diesel just kind of depends. It's just for our running kind of estimate. And that same thing, it stays right around that $10, a little bit more, just depending on how much we travel. So let's start plugging in some numbers. The month of October, we drove 580 miles. We went from Whalers Rest over to Shamrock Village in Eugene. We went to Eugene. We've got our son and daughter-in-law that live in Eugene, plus one of our grandsons. So we got to spend a couple more days with them. And then Kaiser front end alignment, we stopped in there and spent the day getting our front end aligned, getting some air legs fixed, getting the air governor changed, and serpentine belt changed, and several odds and ends. And then from Shamrock Village, we had a 300-mile trip down to Trails Inn. Shamrock Village and Trails Inn are Passport America. That's another camping membership that we belong to, and that costs between $40 and $50 a year. But they've got hundreds of campgrounds that you can stay at for 50% discount. Usually they're in the $40 range retail, and you get them for half price, usually $16 to $20. And then we went down to Lake Minden. We were going to just stay one night at Lake Minden, but we ended up staying 10 days or so. We hit a pole, and so we had to get scheduled into a repair facility, Rehorn RV Collision Center. And so the RV's in the shop now, getting that damage repaired. And then we're having it painted, having the sides repainted. We have some issues there. So we're getting all that taken care of. The insurance is paying for the damage on the rear of the RV where we hit the pole, and they're also paying for our Airbnb up here at Truckee. So we've got 11 nights at an Airbnb, but that's zero because the insurance paid for that. We spent 17 nights in Thousand Trails, 5 of them at Whalers Rest in Oregon, and 12 of them at Lake Minden. And then we spent 14 nights out of Thousand Trails. 3 of them are Passport America campgrounds, and then the 11 nights here at the Airbnb. So for the month of October, we spent $162 on diesel fuel, and as you can see, that's kind of started populating our stuff here. So we averaged $5 a night for the 31 nights of October, $5.23 a night for diesel fuel. And let's see, $9.49 we've been averaging for the last 12 months, and $11.21 for the 29 months that we've been doing this. Average diesel costs per night. So it's running us about $11 a night for a day for diesel. And it's running us $8 for the 29 months we've been doing this, $8.06. As you can see, we spent $161 in October. We spent $161 in October. And what we do there for our annual dues, as you can see, our Thousand Trails is $628, Trails Collection $214 a year, RPI is around $150 a year. We add all those up for $992, divide that by 12, and we put $83 in each month for membership dues for campgrounds, and then whatever we actually spend. So the two nights at Shamrock Village cost us $35, $17.50 a night. The one night at the Trail Inn cost us $18. Those were Passport Americas. And then we had a $25 non-refundable deposit. We were going to spend 2 days at Jackson Rancheria RV Park down south of Sacramento. But we had to cancel that because the RV is in the shop. But we had to leave that deposit with them. So the month of October, $5.19 average for campground fees. For the last 12 months, a little over $9. And for the 29 months we've been full-time RVing, $8. So we're happy with all those numbers. Motorhome repairs. We're going to have some big repairs in November because we're getting it repainted and all that stuff, but we don't pay any of that till We pick up the coach in about a week, so that's not in here. Most of it's not in here. But we did have $713 we spent at Kaiser front end alignment for the alignment, the air governor, and several odds and ends. We replaced the little gear pack that our main wall slides on. One of them is starting to wear on the shaft, so we purchased a new one of those and put it in for $63. We put in our, we bought our Safety Plus. It's a shock absorber that goes on your tie rod, and it's a safety feature, so if you have a blowout on one tire, your coach doesn't just rip off and take you off the road. It holds it so it can't make any sudden jerky moves, and it's just a real comfort level having that. But they're big bolts that hold that on. We had to get a 1 1/8 inch socket. That was $10, and then some miscellaneous parts, $40-something. So a total of $834 for RV repairs and maintenance. Automobile gas and maintenance on the car. That's all just gasoline, $211 for gasoline in our car, and we had the car washed a couple times, $26. And here, as you can see, once again, this is the average for the last 12 months, what it's been running, $143, and for the year, $217. So we're a little bit over, we're $100 over on the cost that we're spending on the car. And that's because the coach has been in the shop and we've been doing a lot of driving around in the car. We have a lot of family in the area, so we're going between Reno and Sacramento. RV boat, okay, insurance. The insurance on our RV is $1,556 a year. Our car insurance is $834 a year, and then we have $1 million liability policy that's $286. We add all those up, divide by 12, and we allocate $223 a month for vehicle insurance. That's going to probably go up next year with this at-fault little accident we had. But that's what it is now. Groceries, liquor, cleaning and paper supplies. Everything we buy in a grocery store goes in that line item, $788 for October. For the last 12 months, $937. And $882 for the 29 months we've been doing this so far. So $882 seemed like a lot of money for groceries for a month, but got to remember it's everything. If we buy in a grocery store, it goes in groceries. So that's dog food, cleaning supplies, everything that gets picked up at the grocery store. Liquor's a big one. If you don't drink, we probably spend well over between $100 and $200 a month on wine and beer and different liquors. So you could save a substantial amount of money there if you don't drink. Dining out, $482. So our groceries is down $100 or more, but our dining out is up, and that's simply because we don't have our coach, and we just been eating out a little more. We brought all the food out of the coach, our refrigerator and stuff, because we had to turn that off in the shop. So we have a fair amount of food here in the Airbnb, and to be honest, that's why we got an Airbnb, so we'd have the refrigerator and not lose that food. But we still have gone out to eat a lot more than we normally do. Average right around $300 historically for that. Internet and cell phones, we have one Verizon Jetpack that is on our plan, along with both our cell phones, and those three pieces of equipment, we get 15 gigabytes of hotspot internet data, and then they get throttled back if we use them as a hotspot. And then and that costs us $160 something. And then we have one Jetpack with Verizon that is truly unlimited, that we can use all day long, and it works pretty good. We're pretty happy with it. Oh, and then we added in a smartwatch. We both got smartwatches. They're not in here because they were gifts to each other. Things like that we don't put in here. But I got mine with cell service, And so that adds $10 a month. And a lot of times I don't carry my cell phone. Pearl always has her cell phone, so she didn't get the one with cell service, just the smartwatch, and it gets all of its info by hooking up to her phone. So that added $10 more a month. DirecTV, we lowered that down a little bit this month. We got rid of one of our DVRs. We had two in the coach and then one at our grandson's house. We didn't use that one in the coach, so we turned it back in. So that's down to $88 a month. We don't hardly ever watch it. We should just eliminate it, but then he uses it for his TV, so we're keeping it. Health insurance, we're both on Medicare, and that's $135 each per month for our Part B. Part A is free. Part B is $135 a month each. Part D is $30 each per month, and then we have a Medigap Part G. That's $115 for Pearl and $122 for me. And that pays for all the deductibles and stuff that Medicare doesn't pay. So that equals $567. Pet care, we didn't do anything this month. Recreation and hobbies, just getting out and about. I don't think there's anything special in there. No. Just out doing whatnot. Computer, nothing. Clothing, I bought a new pair of hiking boots. I think Pearl's going to get some here in a couple of days. We really like them. Mail, we have all of our mail sent to our mailing address, which is at our grandson's house, and then we send him money every now and then to pay for that postage. Just send him $100. So that brings us up to, for this month, $4,166. That averages $134 a day. For the last 12 months, we spent $58,300. Big part of that is back in February. We had a $10,000 maintenance bill at Lazy Days in Florida. But for the 29 months in total, we're averaging $50,350 a year. And if you want to take that one step further, we kind of keep it running total. These are expenses that we spend for our YouTube channel, buying cameras, buying the drone, and all that kind of extra stuff that most everybody's not going to have. And then there's some dumb things that I've done, wearing out the brakes and wearing out tires and front end alignments and stuff. Expenses that you shouldn't have, that we shouldn't have, especially if we didn't have a YouTube channel. We had to replace our refrigerator, just several odds and ends. Total's about $28,800. I left most of the expected maintenance things in here, just the stuff that probably most people won't have. So that $28,000 is $788 a month on average we spend on my mistakes, to put it bluntly. And that is $9,500 a year that averages out for the 29 months. Take this total and divide by 29. So if you subtract this monthly stupid items from our $50,000, $40,900, basically $41,000 a year is what we think to live the lifestyle we live and not make stupid mistakes and not have a YouTube channel or other expensive hobby. About $41,000 is what this lifestyle costs. Obviously you can do it for less if you cut back on some gas miles and some dining out and some whatnot. Several things we've spent. We've stayed at some high-end resort campgrounds. You can definitely cut that down. You definitely can spend more. We've got several friends that spend a lot more, but we've got some friends that spend quite a bit less too. But between $40,000 and $50,000, you can pretty much live this lifestyle. We've got some friends, Mark and Sue. We'll put a link up here to their webpage. They're doing the exact same thing we're doing, except they are doing a whole lot more touristy stuff, going and seeing out and seeing events and going to tourist places and just seeing stuff they want to see. And I think they're living a lifestyle that probably most of you guys are thinking about living, that are going to do this full-time RV adventure. But they're spending about $75,000 a year to do it. They don't stay at any Thousand Trails. They stay at KOAs and those kind of places that are probably at least $50 a night. And they are loving it. They're living the life, the RV life that a lot of us think of when we think about the RV lifestyle. So check out their channel, and you will get a good feel for kind of the range. You can go from this 40,000 up to their 75,000, and they're a fun couple. You'll enjoy their videos. They put a lot of effort into it. It looks pretty casual, but really they put a lot of work into it. So that pretty much covers it. That's October. November is going to be quite a bit different. I think the repairs on the coach are $18,000. We have a $1,000 deductible, so that's $1,000 for that. We're getting the sides sanded down and repainted in new clear coat, and that's going to be about $7,000. And we've got putting new steer tires on. That's $1,200. Seems like there's a couple of more items. So there's a pretty good chunk that's coming next month. But be glad to get this year finished out and get into 2020. I hope this helps you. If you want a copy of this spreadsheet, we'll put our email right down here. It's bobrpearl@gmail.com. We'll send you a copy of the spreadsheet. What we send you is the numbers for 2018. That's January through December of 2018. And one tab will have our numbers to give you an idea of what we spent. And then the next tab is blank, but the formula's there so you can put in your budgeted numbers, come up with numbers you think you would want to allocate, and kind of get an idea to make your own budget and see if this is something you might want to do and if it's something you think you can afford. So anyway, that's about the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Until we see you again next month, keep the wheels rolling, stay safe. We'll see you at the next exit. Bye-bye, folks.